right. Technology. So, have you ever felt like with spring that it's the time to feel more energized and hold just a second. Okay, so with spring, you feel like it's the time to be more energized and motivated, but yet you feel like you're still dragging, not sure what to do, how to do it, and you get frustrated because you're still dragging, you're not feeling 100% with what you're doing, but yet it's spring, weather's warming up, all the things. That is where we are right now. And so many people share with me that feeling of, okay, it's spring, weather's improving. I want to feel good. I want to be ready to get out to do all the things. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit today and like what you should be considering as the weather continues to improve, continues to warm up. I am Mary Louise Rose. I am a women's health accountability coach. I enjoy getting to help women hold them accountable to their goals, to what it is that they're wanting to do to improve their health. And we focus on nutrition, what you're eating, how you're eating, things like that, everything around nutrition. We focus on fitness, exercise, movement. What are you doing? Does it feel good to you? Are you motivated to do it, to show up, to increase your muscles and to improve your mobility? And then lastly, the mindset piece, the nervous system, your mental health, all those things. Like, what are you thinking? How are you feeling? What is your feelings as far as like mentally, like, are you motivated? Are you ready to do the things to take care of yourself? And so I'm going to talk some today about April. We're now over midway through April. We're going to look at what you can do, what you should be doing, and how you can improve your health that way. And so, why does spring matter? So often people will say, okay, it's January 1, the new year, new me. I need to be doing all the things. But the problem with that way of thinking is the new year is when you're still in winter. Your body wants to kind of cocoon in, it wants to snuggle in, be inside, eat the whole foods, the warm, the nourishing, the comfort foods, things like that. It's not when your body's ready to, okay, what do we need to be doing and like blooming and blossoming? Now is that time. And so that's why we're going to look at that now and like what you can do, what you should be doing for your health. This time of year with spring with around nutrition, you should be looking more at, like, one of the examples is more of the bitter greens, the cruciferous vegetables, things like that. So you're going to look at, what is it that I'm eating? And then, like I said a little bit earlier, like, how are you eating? Things like that. With fitness, considering what is it that you're doing and how does it make you feel? How is it supporting your body, your health? Is it something that you're wanting to show up for and follow through on? Things like that. Considering those type of things, because the same thing doesn't work for everybody. What is it that's going to work for you and your body, make you feel good in your body? That's important. Help your movement, your mobility, that type of stuff. Mindset and nervous system. What is it that I can be doing to help myself? Because if you're doing all the right things with nutrition or the right things with fitness, your mindset, your mental health is still key and vital. And so making sure that that is where it should be and what you're helping you get into the right direction, considering like your cortisol. Are you high stress, high anxiety, and you're not getting that forward momentum because you're holding your body in fight or flight and it's not happy with what you're doing and how you're pushing it and forcing it to go forward. So I had some questions that came in about what is it that I should be doing and things like that. And so I want to go over some of those. So one of the questions that commonly comes up is when working with women in the different phases of menopause is they wonder, what phase am I in? How do I know if I'm premenopausal, perimenopausal, or postmenopausal? And so making sure that you know what phase you're in can really help you then to go, okay, based upon that, where I am with menopause, pre, peri, or post, what should I then be doing for fitness? How should I be taking care of my body, moving my body, strengthening my body, and being able to kind of tie those back and forth? And that's the same with every phase of menopause. You should be considering, what is it that I can do best for myself? And so that's one of the first things that you need to consider is, what phase am I in with menopause? And if you have questions about that, feel free to reach out to me and we can go through that and we can pinpoint, to begin with, what phase are you in, and then looking at what does that mean for you with nutrition, fitness, mindset. The question is often asked, I'm doing everything right, still gaining weight, what's wrong with me? And that can be thinking you're doing everything right based upon what it is that you think you should be doing, but not actually in alignment with your body, what it is that you personally should be doing. I talk a lot of times to prospective clients that then become clients about how we're all individual and what works for me and what I should be doing is not the same as the next person. And every one of my clients have a different plan. They're doing something different. We make it based upon what will work for them and what will help them continue to follow through, show up, and take the best care of themselves. So making sure that what it is you think you're doing right is actually right and correct for you. And it doesn't mean that something's wrong with you. It oftentimes is you're just not doing the right thing for you. You may be doing the right thing for a friend or family member that worked for them, but not what's ideal for you. Another question that I received is about like intermittent fasting. Fasting, is it good? Is it bad? Again, it's individualized. It could work for you. Could be intermittent fasting that works well for you. It could be doing some longer fasting that works. Again, you can't look at what is working for everybody else. You have to look at yourself. You have to have yourself be your greatest experiment and try different things, see what's going to work, and then tweaking and working through that. And that's one of the things that I enjoy getting to do with my clients is, let's try this for a week. Let's see what the results are. And then let's regroup. And do you want to do it for another week? Or do we need to pivot and shift and change? And so making that constant trial and error, experimenting. The other tricky thing is, as women, our body responds differently depending on where we are in the month. If you still have a monthly bleed, your hormones are going to fluctuate. If you're postmenopausal and you don't have a monthly bleed, you still have that hormonal shift. So just being aware of that and knowing what's going on with your body and what's going to work best for you, depending on where you are in your cycle, depending on where you are personally and what's going to work for you. And so, again, having somebody to walk alongside you and link arms with you and help you to work through it. And, okay, what works? What am I doing? Let's pivot. Let's adjust, things like that. Another question that I received was, how much protein do I actually need? And the rule of thumb is like it's 1 gram per pound or per the weight that you want to be, like that you're working towards. So let's say, for example, a 150-pound woman, um, to feel like she's feeding herself appropriately and enough would be 150 grams of protein in the day. And if you're wanting to lose weight, then you would want to kind of adjust that and again, play with that number, track your nutrition, track your protein so that you can see and know how that's going, what's working, what's not working, how that needs to be adjusted. Protein is definitely important and something that you want to be mindful of, and adding that in and making sure that you're getting enough, especially if you're exercising, weight training, building muscle, which you're tearing down your muscles to build them up. So keeping that in mind. Another question that came up was, I'm exhausted after my workouts. Is that normal? You want a normal amount of fatigue to be making improvements, to making forward advancements, but you don't want to be tearing your body down so much that you can't recuperate, can't recover, and then show back up the next day of weight training or walking, things like that. So again, listening to your body, being mindful of what works for you, what do you need to be doing, and listening to your body throughout your exercise and making those tweaks and things as you go. Again, something that I work on with my clients that are working on their health and making improvements is we look at those things and work on them to um, have them make forward progression.